Hi, my name is Mastan Rao, working as an assistant professor in the Department of CSC, Chebroil Engineering College. Today, as a part of the video lecture, we will discuss about network layer in computer networks. Coming to the network layer, network layer is mainly concerned with the getting the packets from the source all the way to the destination. The main responsibility of network layer is sending the packets from source to destination. And the network layer must know about the complete topology of the total communication. Nothing but it knows about all routers, and it will choose the appropriate paths to deliver the packets. And the network layer is the lowest layer, and it deals with the end to the main responsibility of a network layer is it deals with the end-to-end transmission. This is the basic basic details about network layer. Coming to the data unit of network layer is called a packet. The data unit in the network layer to be transmitted is called a packet. Yes. Next one, the network layer design issues. In the network layer design issues, first we will discuss about what are the services provided by network layer. As I said before in the about layers, every below layer will provide services to the above layer. That is, the above layer for network layer is transport layer. So the network layer provides services to the transport layer. Now we will discuss about the services provided to the transport layer. First, coming to the first service, the network layer provide different types of services to the transport layer. The network layer and transport layer is connected with an interface of network transport layer interface. The first service provided by network layer to the transport layer is the services should be independent of the router technology. Services provided by network layer, the services should be independent of the router technology. The second one, the transport layer should be shielded from the number, type, and topology of the routers which are present. And last one is the network address made available to the transport layer. Why? Because the transport layer needs to send the segments to the network layer. So the network address made available to the transport layer and should use a uniform numbering plan even across the LANs, MANs. These are the basic services provided by network layer to the transport layer. Next one, implementation of connectionless service. If we are using a connectionless service, if the connectionless service is offered, the packets are transmitted in the subnet individually and the routed independently. Those packets will transmit through independent routes, and one packet is independent to another. It may in connect coming to the connection oriented service, all packets may be transmitted in the same route. In this connectionless service, each packet may be independent. It may travel in independent routes. For this connectionless service, there is no advanced setup. There is no need of advanced circuit. There is no need of advanced setup. And the packets in the connectionless service is called datagrams. The packets in this connectionless service are called datagrams, and the subnet is called the datagram subnet. The subnet is called the datagram subnet. Suppose the process P1 has a message. It sends a message to the transport layer with instructions to deliver process P2 on host H2. It's coming to the here. This is the diagram, how the connectionless service will work. Let us see the diagram. This is the H1 means host 1. This is H2. The process 1 is in host 1. The process P2 in host 2. Now see how the process 1 in host 1 is communicated with process 2 in host 2. Suppose let's see the host 1 is connected, this circular, this middle one is called a subnet. As I said before, the subnet is containing of uh, routers. This circular ABC, these are called routers, and this one is called packet. This rectangle is this one is called packets. This one is called router, and all this one is called this one is called carriers equipment. Now see how the transmission will happens, and how the transmission will happens in connectionless service. Here see the packets from host 1 to host 2 is this. See the packet 1 is here, the packet 2 travels from host to A to C, and C to E, and C to F, and F to host 2. One packet is transmitting in other, fourth packet is transmitting is other one direction, third packet is transmitting in another direction. As I said before, each packet in connectionless service may travel in different individual and independent directions. Here for each router in the carrier's equipment or subnet, it will maintain a routing table. Here we have, let's see the diagram. For each router, it is having a router table. First see the this is the route table for A. This is A's route table. A to A, A to B, A to C, A to D, A to E, A to F. Suppose see A to A, there is no path required. A to B, direct B connection. A to B, there is direct connection is there from A to B. C, A to C, there is direct connection is there. Now A to D, we need to, suppose we want to go A to D, we need to travel through B. So here A to D is through B. A to E, A to E is C. In this route, to go to A to E, we need to pass two points. One is B, D. In this route, A to C, C to E. So this is the best one. So to go to A to E, we choose this way through C. Here A to E through C. Similarly, A to F through C only. This is the routing table for A initially. Later, C, A to A not required, A to B direct line, A to C direct line, A to D through B, A to E. See, A to E is here, we've choose one B. A to E previously through C, now it is through B. Now A to F also through B. This is the routing table of A after later. Now see the C's table. C to A direct line, C to B, C to B through A, C to C is not required, C to D there is a direct line here, C to E direct line here, C to F through E. Similarly, E's table, it is very easy. Here, this is a datagram subnet. See the see once again the procedure how the packets are transmitted. This is host 1 and this is host, left side is host 1 and right side is host 2. The process 1 in host 1, the process 2 in host 2. These two wants to host 1, these two wants to communicate. The every host is connected to a subnet or carrier's equipment. This carrier equipment is containing routers and these routers are connected. These routers will decide in which route the packet may transmitted, in which route the packet is transmitted. Okay, this is how the datagram subnet works. Now see the next one. Now coming to the next one, implementation of connection oriented service. First we have seen connectionless service. Now the second one is implementation of connection oriented service. If we use a connection oriented service, we need to we need a path from source to destination. The router must be established before the data is transmitted. Let's see once again. If we want to transmit the data, before transmitting the packet, we must establish a route before the delivery of the packets. Here, this type of connection is called virtual circuit connection. This type of connection is called virtual circuit connection, and the subnet is called the connectionless service is called datagram subnet. This connection oriented service is called virtual circuit subnet. Virtual circuit subnet. The main idea of virtual circuit is to avoid the choosing of new route for every packet is sent. In connectionless service, each packet may travel independent routes. In this one, each packet must travel in same route only. When a connection is established in this virtual circuit, a route from source machine to destination machine is chosen as a part of connection setup and stored in the routing tables inside the routers. See, whenever the connection is established, what happens here is at each router's table, each router, it must maintain the route for the destination. Suppose because in A's route table, it is having the all paths, all routes to destination, A to destination, like that. When the connection is released, the virtual circuit will be terminated. When the connection is established, the virtual circuit is created. When the connection is released, the virtual circuit is also terminated. And with the connection oriented service, each packet carries identifier along with the virtual circuit. See how the virtual circuit is connected in this diagram. This diagram represents routing within a virtual circuit subnet. Here we have three different hosts, H1, H3 and H2, H1, H2 and H3. See process 1 in H1, process 3 in H3, process 2 in H2. See, this this one is called ABCD is called these are routers. These are the routing tables for A, C and E as mentioned here. For every router, we are having two tables. Unlike in connectionless service, one is in table and one is out table. Here see the table, A's table. For this is A's table. A is getting the data from, see, listen carefully. A is getting data from host 3 and A is getting data from host 1 as mentioned. H1 and H3 mentioned here. From A to the data is going to C. The data is A to C. Here packet 3, packet 4 is going to C. Packet 3, packet is 4 is going to C. So this is in. Out is from A to C. A to C 1 and 2. Similarly, see the C table. C is getting the data from A. C is getting the data from A. This is 1 and this is 2. And C is sending the data to E. C is getting the data to E. This is 1 and this is 2. And similarly for E's table, E is getting the data from C. E is getting the data from C. The in table is CC. C is sending the data to F. The out table is FF and 1, 2. Okay, this is the virtual circuit subnet. In this virtual circuit subnet, the each routing table is unlike in the connectionless service datagram subnet. Here, each routing table containing two fields. One is in and out. In means from where the data is getting, to out is to where the data will be sent. Okay. See the next one, the comparisons of the comparison of virtual circuit, and this is very important one, the comparison of virtual circuit and datagram subnet. Here we mentioned three fields: the issue, the datagram subnet, and virtual subnet, virtual circuit subnet. First issue is circuit setup. Coming to the datagram subnet, there is no separate setup is needed. In virtual circuit, before sending the data, before sending the packets, we need to establish a virtual circuit. So it is required there. Addressing. In datagram, each packet contains full source address and destination address, because if each packet may travel in different routes through different routers, and it do not hold the state information about connections. Okay, coming to the virtual circuit, each virtual circuit requires the router table space per connection. There is no separate addressing. There is no connection is required. Only it needs one virtual circuit number. State information. Next one. Routers does not hold any state information in datagrams. In virtual circuit, it requires the router table information. Next, routing. In datagram subnet, each packet routed independently. In datagram subnet, each packet routed independently. In virtual circuit, the route chosen when the virtual circuit is set up. All packets must follow in the same route only. Effect of next issue is effect of router failures. There is no issue and there is nothing much problem whenever the router failures in datagram, except the packets lost during the crash. Coming to the virtual circuit, all virtual circuit that passed through the failed router are terminated. Next one, quality of service. In datagram subnet, the quality of service is difficult, and in virtual circuit, it is easy to, enough resources can be allocated in advance for each virtual connection. Last issue, congestion control. In congestion control is very much difficult, because every packet may be traveled in different routes, and we cannot control the congestion in the routes. And coming to the virtual circuit, it is very much easy to maintain the congestion control.